This lecture is all about human thermodynamics. In the last couple of weeks we've been contacted by a gentleman by the name of Libb Thims from Chicago in the United States. He represents the Human Thermodynamics Project and the Encyclopedia of Human Thermodynamics. And we've found already that we have incredible similarities between carbon entromorphology and human thermodynamics. The fundamental principles of utilising all of the aspects of classical physics for describing the way in which all life fits together is absolutely central to the theme of human thermodynamics. There's no doubt about it, it's an old subject. It's been around about 150 years and more or less started at the same time as people were contemplating classical thermodynamics without its absolute direct association to explaining how life works. What Libb and his colleagues do is the same type of thing I have done in taking classical thermodynamics, the first, second, third, and there's also a fourth law, and to use them to understand how living organisms interact by treating them as if they were conventional molecules or atoms in their own right. In this way we can contemplate the way in which we can take a group of human beings, for example, and treat everyone as a particle wave system, and therefore we can use classical models of particle physics to understand how they interact. Classically speaking, we're talking about the thermodynamics aspect of it, the way in which energy flows through living systems. We're contemplating things like Gibbs free energy, and a negative Gibbs free energy which allows spontaneous reactions to occur within living particle populations. The fact that the same problem arises in human thermodynamics as arisen in carbon entromorphology, namely that we find it difficult to make meaningful measurements, does not mean that we should be putting all of that fantastically powerful mathematics and the incredible consequences of that mathematics to one side. The fact that we can't solve a lot of these equations meaningfully does not mean that the logic of those equations is of no use. On the contrary, it's incredibly useful to us and enables us to understand how gender functions, how a male and female can be spontaneously able to react with each other to produce offspring. And with my model of gender and my thermionic trinity and the idea of solar trophicity as a full model of the thermodynamics of all evolution from the Big Bang, means that we have an awful lot to offer this field. This field in return has an awful lot to offer us. The scientists involved, from what I can see, are exceptionally good scientists, extremely good philosophers, very good technical scientists with good mathematical backgrounds and strong physics backgrounds, which is what I have. Libb, I believe, was originally a chemical engineer, and that's how I started life off myself, having later on moved into biology. And so therefore we already have that kind of powerful association with our roots. It also means that in the future, human thermodynamics, I believe, is on the precipice of being the biggest overall unified scientific concept ever. Human thermodynamics is almost the beginning of the end for humanity, as it deals with all of the really, really gritty, big concepts, such as why we look the way we do and the particle physics associated with it, why we function in the way we do, why we have spontaneity in terms of the way we react, how other organisms bond to each other, and how we can use the fundamental logic of bonding on the chemical sense of it to understand how a man and woman bond when they come together to form an offspring. There's also other concepts in there, such as God, heaven and hell, and the thermodynamics associated with that, which is a very big part of my work on morality. Other things like beauty, ugliness, and I can straight away throw in the Boltzmann entropy logic of microstates and ensembles and microstates in particle physics, which enables us to understand how symmetry is related to beauty, and how beauty is related to Gibbs free energy and the spontaneity of a reaction towards a beautiful person, for example. These are amazing concepts that are very, very difficult to prove in terms of absolute numerical precision, but by using the equations of thermodynamics and other aspects of physics, including my work on the conscious wave function and Mr. Carbon atom, this gigantically amplified carbon version of myself, I believe gives us all of the extra little bits and pieces that make human thermodynamics the possible biggest academic subject of all. I think it is the envelope subject that deals with absolutely everything. It's brave enough to deal with spiritualism, it's brave enough to deal with concepts such as love. Again, all of these concepts fit into carbon entromorphology. I've always said that love was the strong nuclear force. And so therefore we have a way of going forward in the future where all of the ideas from all of these incredible scientists with these immensely broad backgrounds, are able to be brought to the forum to produce an absolutely perfect model of how human beings, in particular, fit into a centralised scheme which describes the whole of the universe, where evolution began with the Big Bang, and how we can understand evolution in terms of classical thermodynamics, is also immensely powerful going into the future. Libb, I want to say verbally to you now, thank you so much for what you've done for me already. You've done a wonderful write-up on me, and we're about to start this 20-page paper, which we will do, and we will knock it out pretty quickly. Full of citations, some good equations in there, some excellent science. And hopefully we can go and move into the future with this excellent new group of people and this fantastic new concept of human thermodynamics behind it. I really look forward to working with these people and contributing to this amazing project, which I still believe could be the biggest of them all. I think we will see human thermodynamics as the biggest actual academic unified concept in the whole of the 21st century. Thank you very much, Libb, and I look forward to being in contact with you. All the best.